即止めて緑谷を引かせます。全員まだ勝ちに行く気だ。
お前意外と甘いよな。
そうですね。
引いたら負ける。真相君が目の前にいる今が勝つチャンスだ。インパクトファイヤーグレープバックラー。こうなることもだ。余裕か。グレープピンキーコンドあれミネタ最悪の力。まさか
安価な体では受け取りきれず。
Oh no.
発動しない。ああ、もうスカかよ。
体育祭ぶりだな。取っ組み合うのはなあ、緑谷緑谷。心を制して。
Well, that's cheating. I mean, this was all going pretty cool. Alright, well, let's see how it plays out. See how it plays out.
個性に体が伴ってないんだ。瞬間最大出力 20% で扱える力じゃない。いや、ツインインパクト。常に心に欠点を。
Wrecked.
絶対勝つから。
Well, you just got destroyed.
すごいな。ヒーローか。
Well, I'm glad that
一人では何もできなかった。
A won. That's good. It wasn't a tie.
聞かせるために体を張って止めに出る。そうよ。
She put her body on something, that's for sure.
後できついたもんね。
プルスウルトラの精神でいけ。
はい。
Yeah, nothing too surprising there. Fine episode. I wouldn't say it was like the best episode, but it was fine. As expected, it was a little bit of a step back from, you know, what was actually like a pretty good episode last episode. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm glad the focus was kind of on Shinso and Deku there. I think that's kind of where this fight and episode should have headed. So, they did a good job with that. I do think I said everybody except one, by the way. That's because even Mineta had more impact in this fight as a character than Todoroki had in his fight. But you know, it's whatever. I'm not salty about it or anything. It's just crazy how, you know, in this fight they're like, dude, we gotta stop Deku or he's gonna fucking basically solo our team and there's nothing we can do about it. Last fight they're like, Bakugo, he's gonna solo our team. Todoroki used to be there, but now they're just like, just send one guy after him. He sucks anyway. It doesn't matter. So, you know, not salty about it or anything. I'm just super salty about it. But anyway, yeah, I mean, you know, so I guess I don't necessarily know if I like the fact that apparently he's gonna have to. Now I don't know if this is just quirk to quirk, a different story. It didn't seem like it. It seemed like the implication was because the quirk had been powered up by One For All, that was the reason why the quirk was too powerful to just use at a lower percentage. But maybe he's saying that this quirk in particular was just one that couldn't be used at a lower percentage. I don't know. But I hope, I mean, I don't really like the idea that he's not going to really be able to use the quirks that well until he's fully mastered One For All. Or at the very least, I would have liked to have seen him be a lot closer to fully mastering One For All before that is being said. Actually, I don't really get it. I don't get why that was introduced. That seems really bad because he's not gonna perfect One For All until, like, I mean, it's got to be like 80%, 85, 90% of the way through the series. So he's not going to perfect those other quirks until then either. It has to be that's like the one quirk that he, or something that he can't use at a weaker version of the quirk or something, or he's going to find a way to use the quirks at a weaker version. God, why introduce so many quirks that he could use that he's not going to be able to use until he masters One For All, which would put him at All Might levels or above. Like his One for All should be stronger than All Might's One for All. So if he masters and fully masters One for All, that means he should be around or above All Might's level, like at the beginning of the series. That's insane. Like, what? Like not actually not at the beginning of the series. He'd be better because All Might's injured at the beginning of the series. So peak All Might. So I don't know that. I guess I don't like that he said that in this episode. It would have been better if he would have just said like he didn't have the quirk mastered, so he couldn't use it fully yet, or something like that. And they could have played around with that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why you would introduce these quirks and then basically say he's not going to be able to use them. Because I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think he is going to be able to use them. So I just don't know why they put that line in there. I guess there's no way he's not going to use these quirks after they introduce them, and they're going to be like slowly introduced throughout the rest of the series. Like, there's no way that's not going to happen. You don't introduce it and then just like, yeah, he's not going to be able to use them until like the end of the show, basically. Now, like that's not going to happen. So yeah, I don't know. They just shouldn't have added that line in there. I think because I think that was a stupid line, and I think that was a stupid way to handle that. But it is what it is. Could be a translation thing too. Who knows? But I don't think so. No, they had a whole flashback sequence along with it. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I thought the thing at the end was going to be a little bit more robust. I guess now that I'm thinking about it, that final critique wasn't for everybody. They did a critique after each one for each fight, so that was only for their fight at the end. But it was kind of odd that they only did one for Uraraka, Deku, and Shinzo. Like, I feel like the other characters should have been like, hello, we're fighting in there too, what the hell? But, yeah, I guess I just give a shit. I thought it was cool this episode too. You had another one of the characters, just like Uraraka did last episode. I want to praise Copy Guy, I can't remember what his name is. Basically saying, like, I know I'm not the main character, I'm not the protagonist, or whatever. But, for a second, I can use the protagonist's power to, be a really good, like, supporting character or whatever. And given his, like, ego and, like, the way that he, carries himself and acts or whatever, I thought that was pretty cool of his character, too. So I thought that was a pretty cool moment. But, yeah, I really don't have much else to say. I just think this was, out of the fights, it was pretty good. I mean, it was probably one of the better fights. I do wish, the last thing I want to say before I hop off here, I do wish Deku and Shinzo would have fought for a little bit more where Deku wasn't using his quirk. I thought that was what was about to happen, and it was gonna be maybe that's too one-sided. Maybe Shinzo's too strong for him with his whatever, without any sort of quirk. I was hoping we were gonna get kind of a little bit of the Deku ingenuity though, because it's not like there are characters like Aizawa, for example. Now, to be fair, Aizawa's a grown-ass man who's been training for a long time, and he's mastered, that whole thing or whatever. But, like, Deku's, there are normal people in this show or people with quirks that don't enhance their physical capabilities that are pretty good, like, that have basically superhuman feats, right? Like, yeah, so I just think that, I was hoping that we were going to potentially see that, like, even without his quirk, he was pretty formidable. But maybe that would have put Shinzo too far down the list, because a quirkless Deku is still just a person at the end of the day. It was just kind of sucky because it went from, like, if Deku's quirkless, like, it seems like he has no shot, to if Deku has his quirk, then obviously, we saw Shinzo had literally no shot. Deku even got hit with the twin impact thing, and it made no difference. He was just like, yeah, fuck it, I don't care. And then he one-shot Shinzo, like, he had no shot. So, yeah. I was just hoping, like, when he first went up there with no quirk, it just seemed like it was going to be kind of a cool fight, because it was going to be a little bit more even, because they kind of nerfed Deku for the fight, and it made sense, as opposed to, nerfing a character and having him get hit in the back of the head with a pipe or something like that. I don't know, just hypothetically. And so it made sense, and so I was just kind of like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, that didn't go that direction, so not a big deal. I'm excited to get out of this arc, to be honest with you, and hopefully get into a more plot-oriented arc. that maybe has more to do with the actual villains and stuff like that, and a little bit more stakes and all that kind of stuff again, because it's been a little bit since we had that. It was basically Overhauls the last time we had that, so it's been almost a full season since we've had something like that at this point. Since it's about half a season, and the last half season was with the villain that wasn't really a villain. Can't remember what his name is, but the guy that could like make things bouncy. What was his exact quirk? I don't even remember what his exact quirk was, but whatever, doesn't matter. But all right, that's enough ranting for me. Peace.
Those hands and lights can't stop me. I just hold